according to Adam Schefter, Peyton Manning is going to take a $4 million pay cut from $19 million to $15 million. And as far as we can tell from Adam Schefter's tweet, it is a straight pay cut. No money's being deferred. We might find out more about that later, but right now that's the way it looks. Troy, does this make Peyton Manning look better to everybody, to the fans, to his teammates, to management? Does he look like a hero now, or did he maybe have to take a little bit more of a pay cut?
Yeah, I think it makes him look good. I don't know that there's degrees of it. Obviously, if he had gotten, say, half his salary, that's different. And everyone,
they'd be throwing parades for him.
And that's how Brady did it.
Yeah.
Although Brady still ended up with more guaranteed money, so it's a little deceptive.
Brady's getting his on the back end. He didn't take a pay cut.
Yeah, exactly. It's deceiving. And he's got a wife pulling in $35 million a year. Yeah. So in his case, it's a little easier. You're a little more agreeable. It's a good look for Peyton. Again, in his last year, if it turns, he's got 2 years left on the deal. But if this turns out to be his last year, it's a good look, just like Elway did at the end. You move money around, you get, for me, there's another move. These are only parts of multiple moves. Him taking a cut is nice in a vacuum, but it doesn't mean anything, and I imagine it to him either, unless they're able to add a couple pieces. And I would think he said, it's my $4 million. Let's earmark it toward getting Rodney Hudson on the free agent. I want a center.
The center
legit.
From Kansas.
You know,
you know what else?
Or Derek
does?
Newton.
Well, you know what else this does though, and this just crossed my mind. If Peyton Manning's willing to take a pay cut. Yeah. Doesn't that set a precedent for the Broncos to go to other lower profile, lesser players to take a pay? Exactly.
And Ryan Clady didn't play well last year.
Making between $10 and $11 million a year. Didn't play well. And he was named to the Pro Bowl, but he didn't have a Pro Bowl season. No. We all know that. And Ryan probably even knows that. So doesn't that allow the Broncos now to, with good conscience, go to Ryan Clady or go to somebody else who's making a lot of money and say, hey, Peyton's doing it. Now we need some money from you.
And this is why guys don't take pay cuts, because it sets precedent in the locker room and it puts pressure on other guys. But in Clady's case, he's a prime candidate for a restructure. I've written that and said that because he didn't play well. He's got years remaining. They can move the money around more easily with him. But, yeah, if Manning does it, the Broncos have all this leverage to say, man, Peyton did it. And he's coming off a way better year than Ryan Clady. So, yes, it sets that up to where if you free up 4 from Peyton, maybe you free up 3 or 4 from Ryan Clady. $7-8 million can go a long way for this team in free agency.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I'm not talking Knighton, Julius Thomas, which we kind of all feel like that ship's kind of sailed now that they're going to let them become true free agents. But again, a Rodney Hudson, a right tackle, there's going to have a guard I wrote about today, the guards that are out there that are around that $3 to $4 million range. That can go a long way for this Bronco team to fill some holes, especially along the D-line, O-line.
All right. We'll talk more about this in just a second. I want to remind you that 1 out of every 3 men over the age of 40. Are you over 40?
I am, unfortunately. I'm, what is this year? I'll be 45 in August.
40, really? 45?
Yeah.
You got that baby face going on.
Right. No, it's more of a fat, chubby face, but let's go with baby.
All right. Well, you are over 40. You might have low testosterone, Troy. Do you know your numbers? Do you know your numbers at all?
I got a lot of problems. Low testosterone is the least of them. I'm Jay-Z when it comes to problems, but low testosterone isn't one of them.
If you ever feel sluggish, if you ever have a low libido, I really don't want to know about it, but if you do feel that way, I'll send you somewhere where they can give you your numbers and you can find out if you do have low testosterone. It's the Low T Center. You just walk into any of their facilities here in Colorado, you take a simple blood test, and you get your results within 30 minutes, and it is covered by most health insurance companies. So visit lowtcenter.com. Tell them Les and Woody and Troy sent you.